Hi everyone, welcome. I hope you're doing well. My name is Mariella. Today I wanted to show you some of my most recently used and loved products. Lately I've been trying to be a bit more mindful about my purchases and really make use and enjoy the things that I already own. Most of the things that I'll show you today are not actually recent purchases, and by recent purchases I mean only one of the things I'll show you today I purchased this year, and that's quite a big achievement for me because I would say that I was quite a big consumer and I'm just trying to get better at that. So the purchases are from last year or gradual purchases over the years. I thought it would be a good way for you to know a little bit more about me, what I like, and also my consumer goals. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, the first category I'll call personal growth and hobbies, and the first product I want to show you is the 6-minute diary I bought from Amazon last year. So you may have heard of the 5-minute journal, and it's very similar. It's a gratitude journal, and essentially it's a diary that you can write in every day, and it asks you questions including what you're grateful for, what your affirmation for the day is, and what made today great, just to name a few. You're meant to fill it in morning and evening, so 3 questions in 3 minutes in the morning and 3 questions in 3 minutes in the evening. I've been using this diary consistently for the last few months, and I think it's really helped with my day-to-day mental well-being. Gradually, after consistently practicing gratitude and just seeking out things in my life that I love and appreciate, it's really helped me become more at peace with myself, become less materialistic, and also just help with my general self-confidence. I actually write in it in Spanish because I'm trying to learn the language and trying to practice it. So there are probably quite a few errors in here, but it's okay because it's the thought that counts. The diary was created by Dominik Spence, a German mental health podcast host. And the first part of the diary, about this much of the book, is an introduction and an in-depth guide on how to use the journal. To be honest, I didn't read it, I just went straight into answering the daily questions. But if you wanted to know more about why answering these questions work, then that will be useful to read. The pages are undated, but they do have weekly and monthly check-ins as well. I just mainly use it to fill in the daily questions, and I also like reading the daily quotes. I spend a lot of the time staring at a screen, whether that's my phone or my laptop, and I think that writing has helped me become more intentional. I wouldn't say I like writing in the sense that I don't like writing for other people just because I don't think I write well, but I really do believe in the benefits of writing for yourself and just practicing gratitude. It literally takes a couple of minutes in the morning and the evening to do this, and sometimes I won't allow myself to scroll through my phone without filling in the morning section first, because it's such a good time to start your morning, to disconnect from the digital world and just be a bit more intentional and reflective so you can start the day right, you know? And because it's only a couple of minutes, I literally have no excuse not to do it. So I would say that if you are thinking of getting into journaling or practicing gratitude, I would recommend one of these journals. Now, sticking with the journaling and writing theme, the next product I wanted to show you is this notebook that I have from the Inspired Stories, and I bought this during lockdown, so many years ago. I'm using the 6-minute diary for the past 4 to 5 months, but for the past month or so I found that sometimes I just want to express myself a bit more and write more, so I've been trying to start journaling again in a plain notebook. I haven't been using it every day, but sometimes I do just want to do a brain dump. I could just write about how I felt for the day, some of the things I did. Again, I write in it in Spanish just so I could practice, but because I find it hard to kind of express everything that's in my head in Spanish, I might try writing in English. It's a really pretty notebook. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like a mark in the middle. I don't know where that's from, but it's still a perfectly usable notebook. And actually, when I first started to think about journaling in a notebook again, I spent some time looking online for new notebooks. I searched on TikTok, the best journals to buy, and I always do this when I get excited about trying out a new hobby, because sometimes I feel like the excitement of trying something new comes from buying new things for that hobby. But obviously, the enjoyment of a hobby comes from the process of it and not directly from the products themselves. But anyway, I realized that I have a perfectly good notebook that I could use just to see if I'm really committed to journaling, and if I finish it, that's when I can buy a new journal. Next, I wanted to show one of my most recent reads that I loved, and that is Anathema by Kari Lake. My 2 friends and I started a book club last year, and this was one of our most recent reads. Anathema is actually included in Kindle Unlimited, which I pay for monthly, which I'm so happy about because I think it's like £15 on Amazon. When it comes to book genres, I love thrillers and a bit of fantasy, but this was my first dark gothic fantasy. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear snoring, that's Teddy, my dog, in the background. I don't want to tell you too much about what the book is about because personally I like to get into a book without knowing too much about the plot. But essentially it's about a girl called Mavis who gets banished into a cursed forest where she explores this other dark world filled with magic and secrets, and she encounters this mysterious assassin who is the love interest. So the book has a slow burn romance. Before reading the book, I did see a lot of the reviews saying the first part, maybe like 30% of the book, is quite slow because there's a lot of world building. You just kind of have to push past that 30%. I was quite intimidated at first because it does have quite a long glossary and some trigger warnings, which you should definitely check out if you were looking to read this book. It gave The Witcher vibes, if you've seen that. I love that show. And also a little bit of The Haunting of Hill House, and that is one of my favorite horror shows. I think it would have been a perfect read for spooky season, but I think it's still a good read regardless, and I'm really excited for the next book to come out soon. Moving on to more beauty and style related products. Next thing I've recently loved doing, my nails. Particularly slowly starting to play with nail art. I don't want to show it too up close because they do need some work, but I am quite proud and happy with them. I've been doing my own gel X nails now at home for about 4 years, and I've learned how to do them through TikTok and YouTube. There's so much good content on there that teaches you how to do your nails. Obviously I'm not professional, but I am happy with them, and doing my own nails has saved me hundreds of pounds a year. Most of the tools and polish that I use I bought over the years from mainly Amazon. Most of the time I normally go for the same neutral pink color, but this year I was like, I want to try some simple nail art just to make it a bit more fun. I already had the dotting tools that I bought years ago, and I thought that doing simple flower designs with them would be quite easy, so I started out with that, and it actually turned out quite good. Those were my holiday nails for the cruise, and this month I basically did the same but pink petals instead. So I definitely need to try something a bit new next time. Guys, it takes me around 4 to 5 hours to do my own nails, and I know that's such a long time, but I actually look forward to having that time for myself. I do find the whole process to be a bit therapeutic, and I'll always put on a show on the background just to binge watch, and it's a way for me to express my creativity, and it makes me feel good about myself as well. And I'm excited to be able to play around with the designs a bit more. It's going to be a slow but hopefully fun process, so watch this space. The next thing I've been using and loving a lot recently is a bag. Surprise, surprise. And that bag is my Longchamp Le Pliage Neo, I think it is. I tried to find the name of this bag, but I actually don't think that they're selling this one specifically on the Longchamp website at least. This one is the large size. My mom bought this for me when I did my semester abroad in Hong Kong in 2019, and I used it as my bag for uni and sometimes work. Then I wasn't using it that much for a couple of years until recently, these past couple of months, it's made a big comeback. I mainly use it as an overnight bag when I go to Juan's, and I think I started using it again because during the winter I started wearing darker coats and jackets, and this just went really well with them. And then I realized how great this bag still is. It's really spacious, it's comfortable, and considering I've used this bag a lot in the past, I think it's still really great quality. A really common issue with Longchamp Le Pliage bags is that the corners start to fray and basically develop holes. I don't know if you can see, there is a bit of fraying in the corners, but not really any holes, to be honest. And I don't baby my bags at all, even though I should be a bit more careful about them. This has gone through a lot, so I would say it's held up quite well, and I'm glad that I still have this bag to use. The only gripe that I do have with this bag is that it doesn't have that many compartments. It only has one pocket on the inside, and it's not even that big, but I still use it loads despite that because I'm still able to organize my things with pouches. As it's coming to spring now, and I'll probably wear more neutral and light colors, I have been thinking about what tote bag I'm going to use. You have my base weekender bag in beige, but because of the material, I just don't think I'm going to use it that often. So if you have any suggestions about a good, reliable, sturdy tote bag that has a zip and it's a neutral colored, I would love to know. But yeah, I'm really glad that I've been able to use this bag again, and I'll still continue using it. My last recent favorite that I wanted to show you today, and the only thing that I bought recently this month, is my Coconut Lane Mirror Curve phone case. I'm trying to get a good angle just so you don't see how messy my room is. I bought this case to use when I'm out. I have this case to use when I'm at home and just day-to-day errands. And I know that might sound a bit weird having two phone cases and even having like a mirror phone case, but for me recently I've been finding that I really want a more accessible mirror, because often when I'm out I do need to reapply my lip product and just check in on how I look, because recently when I've been coming home I'll look at my face and I'm like, wow. Sometimes I have like dry skin or like dry lips and I could have reapplied and re-moisturized. And I feel like sometimes when I'm out, even though I do have a mirror that I keep in my card holder, because I have to kind of go into it, I don't check as often as I should. And I know that probably sounds a bit lazy and vain, but it's honestly more lazy, because before I had this phone case going out, I would barely check what I look like, only when I go to the bathroom. And having a mirror on my phone case has just made checking in on myself a bit easier. When I first started looking at mirror phone cases, I saw a lot of sponsored ads from Berga, this phone case and accessories company, I think founded by two Lithuanian sisters. And I've been seeing a lot of their products for some time, but they had this really nice mirror phone case. I think it's part of their Desire collection, and I fell in love with the design. It's a mirror phone case with hearts on it. However, it was £70. It's probably a really good quality phone case, but it just wasn't in my budget at all. So then I had a look at the trusted Coconut Lane, which is an online small business from the UK run by a 100% female team. They do the cutest phone and tech accessories such as phone cases and watch straps, and I think they're so affordable as well. There's always an option to do this spin for a discount if you sign up for their email newsletter, and you'll always get a good discount. It's always been at least 30%. I saw that they had a mirror phone case for £14, so I kind of kept that in mind, and then I got an email saying that they were doing a 50% off everything sale, so that's when I got it. So I got it for like £7 and £10 in total including shipping. It's been so useful to have this mirror phone case when going out. My sister recently got one as well. Obviously you'll always have your phone camera, but I feel like using an actual mirror is just a bit more accurate and easier to use. I do have to say that because it is a mirror, I am a bit more conscious about how I use it, because I don't want to scratch it or break the mirror. That's also a reason why I'll only use this when I'm going out, and when I'm at home or just running casual errands I will just stick to my other Coconut Lane phone case. So that is it for my most recently loved. I get really intrigued by the monthly and yearly faves videos. I love looking at what products work for people. I am on a conscious consumer journey, but I'll always believe in investing in practical and functional things that will genuinely make your life better, particularly things that help with your personal growth, make your life easier, or just things that give you long-term joy. And I also wanted to highlight that these things you can find in things that you probably already own, or things that you don't need to spend too much money on. I've been really proud of myself recently for not making purchases that I probably would have about early last year, because now I'm more conscious about what I'm purchasing, ensuring that it is going to be a good investment for me, and obviously seeing if I already own something that will do the same thing, or at least help me decide whether it's something long-term that I should invest in. I would love to do more of these because I do have a lot of faves that I would love to share, but if you have any questions in general or anything specific that you wanted to see, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!